Welcome back to another edition of Coach's Corner. I'm here at Cromer Stadium with the head coach of the Coconino Panthers, Gary Cook, and coach, playoff time. First playoff game, home playoff game here at Coconino since 2019. We've talked all year about how big of a goal that was for you and your team. What does this mean to you?
Yeah, that was a huge goal, along with the things we talked about last week. Third year in a row in the playoffs. That's only happened one other time, also with Coach Lapsley, all the way back to the turn of the century, and 3 winning seasons in a row. But bigger than those was home playoff game. And ultimately, we were hoping for home playoff game and a bye, but the home playoff game, that's a breakthrough thing for us without question. So.
And like you mentioned, you and Coach Lapsley, the only two to, get that 3-season marker in the history books. How special is that
Well,
for you?
not necessarily all history, because
21st century history.
Back to I think Coach Moat had 2 years in a row early, but that's in the last century. So yeah, it's a big deal. It's an accomplishment. It separates your group, from other groups here, and it's something to be proud of, I think. So.
Well, before we look ahead, looking back, rivalry win against Flagstaff, keeping that streak alive since 2016. From your view, how'd your guys execute?
Well, we were sloppy at times, but there were some really kind of interesting things. We had 594 yards in offense, which is, I don't know if I've ever had that in my life. And, a lot of really good things happened. We had great balance. We threw well and we ran well. We, over 300 yards rushing, over 225, something like that, passing. So really good balance. We were sloppy on some stuff, some things that we've worked on this week. We've had some guys hurt, and that's kind of made a difference on some of our special teams, and we need to be more fluid about getting guys in and out of the game. We had some moments there, so that's a focus for this week. But overall, good game. We had some guys out. So yeah, good victory for us. Anytime you win that game, it's good. But I think in a lot of ways, we played really well.
Well, like you mentioned, Jake had 2 touchdowns through the air. Both Dylan Collado and Dylan Buckley were outstanding. What's clicking on offense, do you think, to just be able to maintain that balance this last month of the year?
Well, I think a lot of it is my mindset. Is I have confidence that, in particular, that we can throw and attack in the air. So that we can be balanced. So, when you feel really good about it, you're willing to take shots in certain situations that maybe you wouldn't, otherwise. And we know the running game, we continue to be, that's really our strength. But, we ran for over 300 yards. So when you feel confident that you can run the football effectively, it gives you more flexibility in down and distance situations where, for example, second and long, maybe you run because you're not that worried that you can't get a first down, or first down, you're more willing to throw because you feel like you can run on second and long if you need to. So the two go together. And I just feel like right now, my mindset is we're able to attack with balance, and it helps. It helps a great deal.
Well, what is your biggest focus this week? What's your message to the guys?
Well, they're a team that has played a tremendously difficult schedule. Their record is not, sensational. They're 5-5, but they are a team that really improved over the course of the year, and they've had to play very, very difficult schedule. I think their 5 losses are all to playoff teams, if I'm not mistaken. So, they're a playoff team. They're a capable football team. They've got some players in particular. Their running back, don't know his name, but the running back is a 195-pound kid that runs really, really hard. And they do some things scheme-wise that we've had a little bit of trouble with against certain people, so we're having to work really hard on that. We feel like if we bring our A game, we're going to be okay, but you have to bring your game. That's the way it always is, right? So,
What is that X factor, do you think, to come out with a win on Friday?
I think to play with confidence and do our thing and not make mistakes. If we play the way we're capable of, I think we're going to be in pretty good shape. So, that's the thing. Avoid the mistakes, because, again, each week I've kind of said, well, we're sloppy in some areas. We need to get beyond that, because now it's more costly now against the quality of competition you're facing now. So, but confidence, focus, attention to detail, mental discipline. Those are really the keys right there, which is all the same thing to me. So
Panthers taking on Mesquite this Friday at Cromer Stadium. Coach, best of luck in the first round of playoffs. As always, thanks for your time.
all right, thank you, man.